if I told you the economy right now, it's looking like a Jenga tower, and if you just pull out one block, everything will crumble. It may be looking strong, but here's the big picture. Today I'm going to be breaking down why Trump's economic plan will lead us into a crash, and you don't need a finance degree to understand this, so stay tuned. Here's the first thing that you need to know. It's called tariffs. It sounds like a fancy word, but tariffs are just taxes that we pay on stuff that we buy from other countries. Let's say we buy toys from China. Normally it would cost $10, but with tariffs, that's going to be $12. The extra $2 that you are paying on stuff that you're buying from other countries is actually going to the US government. So it's not the government that is paying those tariffs, it's actually the consumer. Now here's the trick. When we actually count that money in our GDP, it may seem as if we are actually making more money, but in turn, we're actually getting charged more for what we are paying for. It's like if you went to your piggy bank, took $20 and put it in your pocket and bragged about how rich you were. You actually didn't make money, you just took money from one thing and then put it in the other. Sure, the number changed, but did you actually make more money? That's a no. This fake pump may make the economy seem as if we're growing, we're strong, but once the tariffs stop, everything will crumble and you will see the economy slow down at a faster rate. Now here's the thing, let's compare 2008 to 2025. In 2008, during the big financial crisis, the unemployment rate was about 7.3%. That's about 11 million people. In 2025, that number is 6.6%. That's about 4.3 million people. That sounds better, right? But here's the catch. Fewer people are even trying to work now. Back then, 66% of Americans were in the workforce. Now that number is 62.5%. That means that the unemployment rate isn't actually telling the full story. It's like saying your soccer team never loses a match, but only half of the players quit the league. And now let's not forget about grocery prices. We all are suffering when it comes to grocery bills. Some people are even taking loans on a firm in Carnala to fund their grocery trips. Back in 2008, prices were rising, but the bigger problem was that people were losing their homes and their jobs. Only about 40% of Americans were scared about grocery bills. Today, the food prices are up about 5 to 10%. Surveys say about 60 to 80% of Americans are worried about grocery bills. And the reason as to why the grocery bills are so high, you've got inflation catching up with us from the pandemic years. And let's not forget about the war still going on in the Ukraine that is making oil and grain very expensive. And wages for people aren't inflation adjusted and are not catching up. So even if you have a job right now, your paycheck isn't stretching as far. And families can feel it every single time they end up at a grocery store. So going back to tariffs, here's what's going to happen if tariffs are wiped out. I'm going to be telling you guys the good versus the bad. Let's go over the good. Stuff from other countries will get cheaper. You're gonna have more money left to spend at the end of every month. Exports might also grow if other countries stop their tariffs too. And let's not forget the bad. Some US industries will get crushed by cheaper imports. Jobs in factories and farms that heavily relied on these tariffs will be wiped out. So yes, in short term, it's going to be looking messy, but in the long term, if we adapt and make better products, we could do great. But change always has winners and losers, and the losers will feel it a lot on their end. Now, consumer confidence in 2008 versus 2025 is very different. Let's go over it. In 2008, people were terrified that the whole system would collapse. There was a lot of credit card debt and delinquencies because jobs were disappearing. So if you don't have a job, how will you pay your mortgage and how will you pay your bills? In 2025, people have jobs, but it is very different. This time, it's not about jobs being lost, it's about everything costing twice as more than what it was 3-4 years ago. So credit card delinquencies are going up again. Everyday life is just too expensive to pay off in full. So here's what I've got. Tariffs are making the economy look good and strong when it's actually not that strong and it's about to crumble. Lower workforce participation is actually hiding the true unemployment rate. rate. Grocery bills keep on crushing the family budget that everyone has on a monthly basis. And the economy is going to get rocked if this whole tariff game changes. It's not about doom and gloom. It's actually looking for the warning signs and not waiting until it turns into a headline. So are we going into another crash, or can we ride this out? Only time will tell. So drop your thoughts below in the comments, like this video and subscribe to the channel. I post on a weekly basis, and I will see you in the next one.